Good morning.
Weather synopsis. Even though summer officially starts today, the inland
Today's date is the longest day of the year, June 21st.
below average for this time of the year. Scattered showers and isolated
And the time is 7:25 local time. Turn that down a little bit. 8:25 Mountain Time, which is where we are from. We are headed to Lewiston, Idaho, and off to Hastings, Nebraska. Looks like my weekend just got absorbed. We'll be working it. Work it, girl, work it. Apologize for not posting the last couple of days. Haven't been in great service areas. And didn't always have the best of reception. I upload off of my Verizon data. Another beautiful day in the hood. It is a balmy 52 degrees. A cold front came in from the northwest, and I'm glad. I get tired of running the AC all the time.
Mid-70s. Wednesday, mostly cloudy. A chance of rain showers. In the lower 70s. Chance of precipitation 20%.
One thing about the rain, it'll keep the suicidal insects
A chance of
off
showers
of
and
the
thunderstorms. Lows in the upper
view
40s
board.
to lower 50s. Chance of precipitation 20%. Thursday, mostly cloudy. A chance of rain showers. Highs in the upper 60s to lower 40s. Chance of precipitation 20%. Forecast high and low temperatures for
Hey, let's rock.
today's 53, tonight 48, and on Saturday low temperatures for Colorado. Today 70, tonight 40, and on Saturday 76. This WDM observation is for the local area. At Spokane Airport, it was cloudy. The temperature was 46 degrees, the dew point 39, and the relative humidity 70. The wind was 57 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.96.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We're going to be going back through the Windows XP landscape on our way to Lewiston, Idaho. Nice clean little town here. My kind of spot. Let's go to Russia, huh? Moscow. Okie dokie. Ooh, we get part of the lake, I think. I guess we do. We get part of the lake. How cool is that? You're turning left, you're turning left, you're going straight. I want to go right. Keep it vigilant. Lake Coeur d'Alene. Over there to the right. And to the left, to the left. pull over and get a line wet. Introduce myself to a fish and then say goodbye and let him go. Blackwell Island Recreation Site to the right. There's the marina. That'd be nice to have one of them big old pontoon houseboats and just cruise the lake for the weekend. Get some nice big ones in there. Heck, for the weekend, do for the whole week. It would be the shit's nizzle. We are loaded with a load of sailboat fuel. Got unloaded last night at Harbor Freight. Went and took a walk to the grocery store. It was across the 4-lane highway while they were unloading me. And I had to jog a couple of times, which is kind of rough because I got a bad knee. That's why I wear those knee braces. I wear them all the time, actually. Except for when I'm sleeping. But anyway, got back to the truck, put the groceries away, and I'm like, where's my phone? I could not find my phone. So they finished unloading me, and I drove back across, well, I walked over first, look at the intersection, because when I jogged, I thought it might have fell out of my jacket pocket or my pants, but I don't remember. And it really sucked, I couldn't remember. And there's the lake again. It's like the last of it. But anyway, I was like, I couldn't see it from the corner, so I went back. They finished unloading me, so I drove back across the street once I was done and went into Safeway, and I go, hey, you didn't happen to see a phone? I lost my phone. They're like, no, let me check. No, we have nothing. I'm like, jeez. I have a couple extra phones I carry with me just in case I ever lose my phone. I can get back in communication with the company, and we use an app for our BOLs. We got a computer in the truck, which I can communicate a little bit through that. So I was just like, man, I do everything off of my phone practically. And it was about an hour I was searching for it. So I come back to my truck, take one of I have a Note 5. My other one is a Note 2 because I've always used Note phones. Nice little valley right there. So I figured I'll give Verizon a call and say, hey, look at, I lost my phone, and I haven't been back to the yard to pick up the S9 that they sent me. And now I lost the phone that I'm supposed to return to them. And I was like, this is not really good. It's not going good. So I'm walking back to my truck, totally disgusted, realizing that there wasn't a whole lot of foot traffic either, so I actually didn't see any foot traffic, so I don't think anybody picked up my phone anyway. I was like, well, something happened to it. Then I was like, oh, you know what? I wonder, because I use the top bunk, I sleep on the top bunk. I wonder if I put my phone on the top bunk. And then got to put the groceries on the table and started unloading in the fridge and pantry and all that heavy crap. So I was all excited. Unlocked the door, get inside, and go right to the top of the bunk. And as I'm walking to it, I'm like, sometimes when I sleep with my phone and my remote. Because I'm lonely. No, I sleep with my phone and my remote because the remote I use for the TV control and the phone I use as a satellite. So I get Netflix, YouTube, and then I mirror it to the screen so I kick back and watch it that way. So in order to control them, I got them up by my pillow. I keep them right there. And then I set them on top of the microwave. I climb down the bunk. So anyway, I'm getting ready to look up on top of the bunk. And I go, oh, the microwave right there. Boom, there's my phone. Sitting on top of the microwave. So apparently, when I walked in, I set the phone right on top of the microwave and started going about my business, not realizing I actually set my phone down on the microwave. But I was like, whew, what a relief. I talked to the gal at Safeway, and she's all, well, give me your number, and if I find it, I'll call you. And I go, exactly how are you going to do that? She goes, oh, yeah. Oh, well, maybe, is there someone else I can call if I find it? I go, I suppose I'll give you my daughter's number. You can call her. Another gal was at the register, too, when I was asking the clerk, who actually checked me out just to see if she had the phone, if I left it there on the counter or something. And the customer was like, oh, you can go, who's your carrier? I told her Verizon. You can go Verizon, and you can lock your phone that way. I go, it's already got a code lock on the front, which I never really ever did before. But I put an app on there that required me to do it, so I've just gotten used to it now. But now I guess it's a good thing because nobody can get into my phone. But you got a really extremely hard Wells Fargo password. But I use the fingerprint biometric to access that. That's why I have a really extreme hard passcode on my bank. But anyway, she's all telling me that I can do this, and I'm like, well, yeah, I use my hotspot for my laptop. Since I don't have my phone, I can't do that either, so I'm like, I'm going to have to take my laptop, go to McDonald's, use their Wi-Fi, and try to locate or shut my phone down from there. All this stuff's going through your head, you know, and it's like, I felt like a moron. I'm always telling my kids to, how can you lose your phone? You've always got it with you. Don't you take care of it? And then I go and do that. And I actually did take care of it. I just, must be age or something, short memory. IDK. It's a beautiful area right here. It's a balmy 50 degrees. It's nice to not have to have the AC on. Oops, I do have the AC on. Got it on a quarter. That's why it feels so perfect right now. I prefer the cool versus the heat. I think with the cool you can warm up. With the heat, there's not a whole lot you can do than jump in a lake. There's no lake. You become miserable like the Middle East. Anyway, it was good. I was so relieved to have my phone. I was like, man, I mean, when I do so much with it, to lose that, that's like, I need to get out here in these woods, leave my phone in the car, and detox from technology for a while, I think. And I sort of do that when I hang out with my kids. We go to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We have a no phones ban, meaning we're seeing each other. Nobody uses their phone. You can use it a little bit. I'm not like Nazi hard on stuff like that. It's just like, hey, hello, you see me over here? Why are you texting me when I'm right here? You see me? Look into my eyeball. Look me in my eyeball. Lubin, look to me in my eyeball. Some of you guys might know what that line comes from. What movie? I'll give you a hint. Ben Stiller. Anyway, you can, like I said, I can use it a little bit, but don't be sitting there doing it. And I'm even guilty of it myself, because usually I'm out here by myself, so when I'm at a restaurant or something, I read the news while I'm eating, you know, and so I sit down in a restaurant, I kind of fall back into that habit. I gotta kind of slap myself back, so I'm sorry. Trapped in the routine. But it's just amazing how much these phones have taken over our daily lives. It's awesome, don't get me wrong, but I think I always told my kids this: too much of anything is not good for you. I don't care what it is. You can be on vacation all the time, it's really not good for you. You can be working all the time, it's really not good for you. You can jog all the time. And I don't know about that. I mean, it's always good for you, but can you overexert your body? I think you could. So too much of anything I don't think is good for you. And it's gorgeous up here. But hopefully we're going to try to do some camping. I put a request in for July 4th, but after I already put it in, I don't know if they okayed it or not. They sent a company gram saying too many people asking for the 4th of July off, so we're going to decline them from now on. If you've already been approved, you've been approved. And I was like, well, I still don't know if I've been approved or not yet, but I do have the seniority. I'm number 4 on a list of about 160 drivers. Meaning I've been with this company that long. I'm in the senior ranks. But so if anybody should have got it, I should have gotten it, but I don't know if they okayed it, so I don't know. Anyway, I told the kids, well, if we do, great. If not, we'll just do another weekend or two after that. But I'm going to get up in the mountains and do some detox, technology detox. Even though we do take our phones with us, it's a matter of playing in the lake and jumping off rocks into the water, the 38-degree water. Entering Coeur d'Alene Indian Reservation. Fighting Creek. Sandman. Kind of funny seeing a big old electronic signboard out here in the woods, but I bet it's for a casino. Fireworks just ahead. Anybody want me to pick up some ballistics for y'all? Launch them up in the stratosphere? Well, it's not a casino. It's just a market. Pretty wild. I love carrying sailboat fuel because you can pretty much cruise at the speed limit the whole way. I like to run hard. So whilst I'm on this Indian reservation, they can call me Chief Running Hard. There's something I've never heard before. We just crossed this bridge. I thought it might be a river, but the sign said right at the rail of the bridge, Lake Creek. So I looked down below and all I saw was a road with a few houses scattered down there. I didn't see any water. A little different. Oh man, they cut their hay and it rained. Watch out for them road gators. They'll reach up and bite off an airline. Which actually makes me think I should probably get and keep. You know, I had that airline issue, but I should carry fittings in case I get a alligator to reach up and bite a line and break it, that I can splice it and keep on rolling. I don't like sitting, especially if I can fix it. A nice little house right there. See it in there, a little fixer-upper. Oh, caught the overgrowth. Bitter road. So if you don't know what that means, alligators, I'm sure you might have figured it out. Basically, it's tires that blew up, and usually it's retreads. And like chunks on the highway, when you hit them with your tires, they bounce up. They're heavy. They can hit an airline or a valve or something and break it right off. That's why you try to avoid them. Like those liberal newscasters were saying, oh, you need to have trucks blocking 65 miles an hour because the tires are not designed for high speeds. And that's why you see chunks of tires on the road. And if if they blow a steer tire out because they're going too fast, that's what causes accidents and they're killing people. So they need to bring the speed limits down to 65. But total propaganda. Total propaganda, because those tires you see on the road are 99% from retreads. Here's the casino right here. I believe there'd be one. Or maybe it's over here to the left. I don't know, it's somewhere. Circling Raven. That ain't good. But anyway, I guess it's better than Circling Vulture. A lot of those tires you see on the highway are from tires blowing or just separating, and those are retreads. And you cannot put retreads on the steer tires. Only on your drives and only on your trailer. So if you blow one, you don't lose control. But the mainstream liberal media is going to tell you and feed you a line of BS, mind control. And they're absolutely lying to your face. So I just have to throw that in. I think I probably said it in another video, but it never hurts to reiterate the idiocy of the mainstream media. My uncle is a Bernie supporter, which really surprises me. He tells me I listen to Rush Limbaugh, and I told him I get my news from a myriad of sources, and I always look at both sides. I'm not a one-sided liberal who only sees one. I look at everything and then make a decision. I think everybody should do that. I don't trust. I mostly listen to Fox News, but I don't trust everything they say. I like to watch Tucker Carlson, and I like it when people question him, because when he says, "Hey, you're not even answering my question," and I like to see them go, "Hey, you're not answering my question," and if he doesn't, I'll be absolutely pissed off at him, but he usually does. So that's why I listen to him, but not all the time. I look at everything. I try to listen to CNN, but oh my God, you can see right through them. Ridiculous. MSNBC, same thing. All of them, even the articles. Somebody's got an agenda to destroy this country, and they're using the mainstream media to do it. To divide the country and then to destroy it. It's only, united we stand, divided we fall. I hope that wasn't political. It wasn't meant to be political. It was meant to be anti-media. Anti-brainwashing. Do your own homework, is what I say. Worley, population 257. I'm trying to figure out how to do these videos. I don't want to. They always end up so long. It's not like I do that on purpose. It's just how they end up. A lot of you guys seem to like them that way. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I did short little videos of the whole trip or just one kind of long one. I don't know. I guess I'll mess around a little bit and see what your comments, what you think. Didn't really have any plan. I just, I started a long time ago posting one or two videos in the winter. The very first one was meant to be a joke, but A lot of people didn't take it that way. That video got more dislikes than likes, which is fine. I don't care. It was a lot of people didn't understand it, and that's fine. But eventually, I just took it down because it's too much for some people, which is fine. But I'd only post 1 or 2 videos a year, just strictly winter. That was like my forte. But then a few people asked me, why don't I do other videos? And then I was like, oh, okay. So here we are. There's no plan, set, rhyme, or reason to any of it. So if you got ideas, let them rip, let me hear them. Still 50 degrees. Like I said, I do like the cold better than the warm. Don't get me wrong, I do love warm. But when it comes to the extreme, I prefer the extreme cold than the extreme heat. Living up in the mountains, that's why one of the reasons I lived up there, but a lot of people moved to Florida and stuff and Arizona. I was like, I couldn't stand the cold. I'm not that way. I don't know. As I get older, I might, but I'm already 58, which is plenty old, I think, and I still love the cold. We are on Highway 95, by the way, southbound. I suppose I should mention that. We were on 95 in Idaho. We're still in Idaho, but we got to Lewiston. And, oh, look at there, some old cars. An old Volkswagen hatchback right there. Woo. That dude's got some stuff right there. We went over to Spokane, so we took, I think it was 191 from Lewiston. We're veered off of 95, and now went down south of Coeur Lane back to Lewiston via 95 just for a change of pace. As you can see, I think it was well worth it. I grew up in Southern California, and then we moved to Washington State for a few years in the mid-70s. I absolutely loved it. They had a lure tying, flight tying class, and I was able to take it, and I was just amazed. And then we go out and fish the rivers, and even as a kid I did that. That's one thing my dad taught me, how to fish, but it was just awesome. When we moved back to Southern California, as soon as I was old enough, I split. Get me out of this crap. But then their politics now have switched, and they're gonna, I don't know. How can you give illegal aliens medical care, free medical care, but yet you've got people living on the street homeless? Where is their mindset? I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, logic, you need to talk to Spot. It's just illogical. Let's go to the warpath, huh? Trading Post Smoke Shop. No more smoking for me. I did it 35 years. It'll be 4 years this December I quit. Never to do it again. I did it with the gum. Not the Nicorette gum, but the generic. I don't like that sugarless stuff. It leaves a saccharine, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Diet. I don't do diet anything. No sugar free. If I'm going to have something with sugar in it, it's going to have sugar in it. I want fake sugar or sugar substitute. I think I'm going to turn that AC off. It got down to 49 degrees. That 1 degree I noticed it. Don't ask me where we are right now because I just don't know. Wasn't paying attention to the signs, which is the number one rule as a truck driver. First thing they should teach you is read every sign. Oh, we're doing 25. Nice, nice. I would like to see their system go completely broke to prove to them that they cannot do stuff like that. You have to. It has to be sustainable. So they have all those logs over there. They water them and they grow. They grow to the big old massive heaps. See that? That's pretty wild, huh? Now I'm not going to be in the fake string media. They do that to keep them moist so they don't be splitting and stuff. At least I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure. But it sounds logical enough to me that I'm going to go with that. Anyway, thanks for riding shotgun. You're going to come into construction zone. I'm sure you don't want to deal with that. My uncle said, oh, where's all this road construction and this and that? And I'm like, dude, every state that I go into has dealt with road construction. I just don't understand people don't open their eyes and see things. Anyway, again, thanks for riding shotgun until the next video, which they will keep on coming. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Peace!